السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله، صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, inshallah, today it is Sunday, the 14th of Jumada al-Akhirah, Jumada al-Ula, afwan, 1443. And this matches the 19th of December 2021. Every Sunday we do Umdat Al-Ahkam, and this became like Sunday and Monday. And mashallah, the days go very fast. It's amazing how every Thursday now, tomorrow is Friday again, and Sunday, Umdat Al-Ahkam today. not our, subhanallah, how days go fast. Anyhow, inshallah, next weekend there is a program at Abu Huraira Center, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I think for 24th to the 25th, 26th, and between 5 and 8. And they call it about the Muslim identity, inshallah. I should be participating in that. And there should be some other speakers. I think attending that is going to be the better choice, inshallah. So that's next weekend, inshallah. If there is an update, I will let you know, inshallah, especially those who are with me on that list of the WhatsApp group of the daily halqa. I called it the daily halqa. If you're not on it, you can send your phone number and we can add you in that, so that you will know the updates whenever the class is cancelled or there's no program. I will put that in advance so the people know. They don't, they can plan their day differently, inshallah. So if you're not on that list, send your name and number and we'll add you to it, inshallah. And today we are doing Hadith 87. عن أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه قال, Anas radiallahu anhu said, ما صليت وراء إمام قط أخف صلاة ولا أتم صلاة من النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. I have not prayed behind an imam, period, who is lighter, who has his salah lighter, nor his salah more complete than the salah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. I have not prayed behind an imam whose salah, period, whose salah was more lighter than the salah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, nor more complete than the salah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his salah as an imam was the lightest and the most perfect and complete, alayhi as-salatu was-salam. This is in Bukhari 708, Muslim 469, and this is the wording of Imam Muslim. المعنى الإجمالي, the general meaning: ينفي أنس بن مالك أن يكون صلى خلف أي إمام من الأئمة. Here Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu negates that he prayed behind any imam of the imams, إلا وكانت صلاته خلف الإمام الأعظم صلى الله عليه وسلم أخف, except that his salah behind the greatest imam عليه الصلاة والسلام lighter, بحيث لا يشق على المأمومين, lighter in a way that his salah will not be difficult. He will not be causing difficulty and hardship for the ma'mumin, those who pray behind him. فيخرجون منها وهم فيها راغبون. So they exit from the salah when they still have interest, still long for the salah. They finished, they wanted even more. It's okay even if it was longer. ولا أتم من صلاته, and no one prayed more perfectly than his prayer عليه الصلاة والسلام. فقد كان يأتي بها صلى الله عليه وسلم كاملة. He used to perform the prayer عليه الصلاة والسلام perfect and complete. فلا يخل بها, he is not deficient in it. in any way. بل يكملها بالمحافظة على واجباتها ومستحباتها. But rather he would complete it and perfect it عليه الصلاة والسلام in a way that he will be preserving and guarding its obligations, wajibat, things that in the salah that are compulsory, ومستحباتها, things in the salah that are just recommended. وهذا من آثار بركته صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is from the effects or the traces of his blessings عليه الصلاة والسلام, him being blessed عليه الصلاة والسلام. ما يؤخذ من الحديث, what we take from this hadith. Number one, أن يأتي الإمام بالصلاة خفيفة, that the imam leading the prayer, he should perform the prayer, he should do it in a way that is a light way. حتى لا يشق على المصلين, so that he will not be hard and difficult, he will not cause difficulty to those who are praying behind him. وتامة حتى لا ينقص من ثوابها شيء, and also perfect and complete in a way that the reward of it is not diminished in any way. Nothing of its reward is diminished. لا ينقص من ثوابها شيء. فإتمامها يكون بالإتيان بواجباتها ومستحباتها من غير تطويل. So perfecting the prayer will be by performing its obligations and its recommended acts without elongation, without making it long. وتخفيفها, and lighting it up, يكون بالاقتصار على واجباتها وبعض مستحباتها. Lighting the salah up will be by restricting oneself to its obligations and some of its recommended acts. Yani some things that are recommended in the salah. For instance, to make it long, right? And good to have recite more. But then Rasulullah SAW, as the hadith that has passed before, he would lighten up the salah because he hears a baby cry, a child crying. He says, it's going to be difficult for his mom, right? For the mother. So he would. So this is what it means here. Reducing or lightening up the salah will be by performing its obligations. The obligations you cannot cut the obligations short. The mustahabbat, the recommended acts, yes, sometimes you can reduce or cut down, lighten up to so that it will not be difficult for the people who pray. And I will be going back to this point, inshallah. Number two, إن صلاة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أكمل صلاة. The prayer of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم is the most perfect and complete prayer. فليحرص المصلي على أن يجعل صلاته مثل صلاته عليه الصلاة والسلام. The praying person, let him be careful and diligent to make his salah resemble and to make his salah like the salah of the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام. ليحظى بالاقتداء, so that he will achieve عليكم السلام ورحمة الله, so that he will achieve الاقتداء, following the Prophet ﷺ and taking him as an example. If you pray like his prayer, then you will achieve the sunnah of taking him as a role model to follow عليه الصلاة والسلام. ويفوز بعظيم الأجر, and so that he will attain the great reward. Yani following the sunnah itself has a great reward in it. And we did mention before the hadith of the two people who went out and they didn't have water, right? So some of them, he just made the tayammum and prayed. The other one, he did that, but then he repeated the salah. And Rasulullah SAW told the one who just prayed once. He said, أصبت السنة. You hit the sunnah, you match the sunnah. The other one, لك الأجر مرتين. You have the reward twice, double the reward. So this one has double the reward, and the other one has the reward of the sunnah. Which one is greater? At the first glance, you might think the double reward is more. لا. The more reward is the sunnah, not the double reward. Right? Double reward because he did what he thought what was the right thing to do. So he just, let's make sure, be on the safer side, do it again. That's what he did. But the first one, he just prayed as Rasulullah ﷺ would pray, and therefore he matched the sunnah. And matching the sunnah is the greatest in terms of reward that is beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 3, فيه جواز إمامة المفضول للفاضل. In this hadith, we benefit from it that the one who is less excellence, has less excellence, who is less excellent, less virtuous man, can lead the person who is more virtuous. Right? And someone who is more pious, more knowledgeable, can be praying behind someone who is less in knowledge and piety than him. And the salah will be okay. It's allowed. على تقدير أن أنس رضي الله عنه أفضل ممن يصلي به غير رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is now estimating here that Anas here, he is praying behind someone. He is describing how Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم, his salah was most perfect and complete, and it was the lightest compared to other people whom he prayed behind. So sometimes Anas would have prayed behind people other than Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم, who are actually lesser than him. Could be the leader, could be the governor, could be, right? And he might not be another companion even. We're talking about tabi'in who may be leading the prayer, right? So here, if Anas is praying behind someone who's less virtuous than him, right? And it happens, so here it indicates that it's okay for someone who's less virtuous to lead someone who is more virtuous than him or more excellent than him. فإمام المسجد مقدم على غيره. The Imam of the masjid, he is given precedence over other than him. Even if someone comes and he is more knowledgeable, more more knowledgeable in the recitations of the Quran, more knowledgeable in fiqh, but he is not the Imam and this one is the Imam. So the Imam has more right to lead. وإن كان وراءه أفضل منه, even if behind him there is someone who is better than him. لأنه هو الإمام الراتب, because he is the regular assigned regular Imam. وذكر شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية أن ذا السلطان كالإمام الراتب. أن ذا السلطان كالإمام الراتب. And Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh al-Islam, he mentioned that the one who has authority, he is like the regular Imam. Right? He is like the regular Imam. So someone who has a post, government post, then he is like the regular Imam. He has more right to lead than the others. And I wish that this comes back again. We don't have that for a long time. Right? I was very happy to see last week someone sent me a clip of one of the governors in Indonesia who was about to come to give the Friday speech, and he died. And he's like the premier of that state, right? And the previous premier of that state, he was doing the same thing. And imagine you have the premier, you see him giving you the khutbah al-Jumu'ah, leading you in salah, right? And then he is the governor too at the same time. So definitely there is something nice, right? Rahimahullah, he was just walking to the minbar and he fell, and that's it. And his time came, rahimahullah. So anyhow, the one who has authority, he has more right to lead. Like in this case, the premier of that state, he has more right than the others to lead, even if they are more knowledgeable than him. He can have them lead or ask them to be the ones leading, but then if he doesn't want to do that, he has the right to go first, right? Of course, provided he is qualified, he can do what he knows what to do, and he can do it right, not just get up and do whatever. يعني. طيب. So this is the issue about the takhfif, the lightening up of the salah. I just wanted to mention something here that, and I don't know if you noticed this or not. When our Sheikh Abu Muhammad Akram Ziyada used to come in the very beginning, every time I would ask him, especially he would stay here for a month and a half, sometimes 3 weeks. I will always ask him to lead. In the beginning, he was like elongating the salah. And the last time, or the last 2 times he came, he was leading the salah, and the salah is much shorter than what it used to be, right? And before, he used to criticize when someone leads the salah and the salah is short, right? Later on, he started shortening the salah like this. The reason is basically he had, yani mashallah, he's with this age, but he's still continuing to seek knowledge. And in Jordan, he went to university and took a course that was for the imams, yani according to the Hanafi madhab, right? He finished that one. And then he came to the States and he was doing his PhD there. And he led the salah a few times. And then the people behind, they were complaining. So one of the sheikhs there, he came to him, he told him, Ya sheikh, most of the people here, the older ones, they have back problems. SubhanAllah. And a big chunk of them, they have back pain and, different problems with the, العمود الفقري, يعني that's how it is. So after that training course he took for the imams, and after seeing what happened there, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but he started lightening up the salah, because it's supposed to be suitable for the people. However, يعني, this is give and take, right? Plus or minus. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you want your salah to be his salah, and this is the goal, right? Then sometimes he would make it long, sometimes it is short, and it depends on the situation. And it is not right for the people to come and expecting the salah to be like 3-4 minutes and we're done and ma'a salama, everybody goes, right? It's not fair to look at it like that. Also, it is not right for it to be long in a way that the people will be harmed. And if that case happened, then they should tell the imams, yani nicely and kindly, that there is this issue there. The salah is long in the recitation, or the salah is long in the ruku' or in the sujood, or the last tashahhud, and the likes of that. Nothing wrong in speaking to the imams about that, and bringing their attention that there are issues, right? And Allah knows best. And those issues are many. They're not just health issues, as was mentioned. Child crying. There's not enough spots in the parking lot. People parked in a way that is not suitable, which they should not be doing, but they will be like, they don't want to make it difficult for others. These are all things to be put in consideration. Allah knows best. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.